Coming, guys. Coming. Coming. Coming, guys. Coming.
Dove Advanced Care Antiperspirant helps repair skin from shaving damage. Okay, guys. Let's start. See what we're going to do today, okay? Okay, you are welcome. Whoever just got in, you are welcome. So please don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to leave your comment below. You can chat with me there or just below. Tell me how's the video and all those things. So while we're waiting for others, we're going to start. I want us to go and revise trigonometry. So just make sure you come and pay attention. Let's work together to make sure that when at the end of the day you get something, you improve, okay? So I've already shared the screen. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay, so on the screen we'll be working for 33 marks. I'm sure you can see here we'll be working for 33 marks. So this is one of the crucial section. You need to make sure that you understand or you know your story there. So we're going to start with this one. As you can see, we're going to start with if cos 23 equals to P, without the use of a calculator, the following in terms of P. So we can see we've got the two questions here. Remember, without the use of a calculator, this is important. You need to make sure you show all the calculations. This is in a way that they are trying or they are telling you that you need to show all the calculations. Okay, so let's plus 23 cos of 180 plus 23. So that will be the story there. Okay, so what can we do next? This will be the same as minus cos 23. Why is that so? It's because 180 plus, that's always in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant cos is negative, meaning that the answer at last here is negative P. The answer is The answer is negative p. I hope you understand. I hope you understand there. You can always leave your comment below there if you want to say something, okay? Now, let's move on to this one. This will be 270 plus in the fourth quadrant where sign is negative. But because we're using 270 plus, remember that whenever you're using 270 plus or 270 minus, this is the same as this will allow you to consider the co-functions. So the answer will be cos of 23. There will be negative p. Okay. So if you understand, guys, make sure you click the like button. You can also leave your comment there, and also to share amongst your friends. You can share the link. You can send this link to someone now. Okay, we've got this one, 5.2. 5.2 will be working for 6 marks. We'll be working for 6 marks. Then let's see here. Firstly, here we'll have to reduce. We're going to reduce this one first. Okay, so to reduce that one, let's see. We've got 360 minus 360 minus, if you remember well, that's in the fourth quadrant where sign is negative. Okay, let's move on to this one. Negative x, which is the negative angle in this case. Negative angle, guys, it's always in the fourth quadrant. Negative angle is always in the fourth quadrant. This one thing you need to remember. Okay, so where tan is what? Where tan is negative. Where tan is negative. Okay, let's now move on to this one. Okay, we've got cos 180 plus 180 plus, that's always in the third quadrant where cos is negative. Cos is negative. All right, so moving on to this one here, this is the square identity. Square here by 1. Okay, you've got cos x, which is as negative there. So let's remember one thing there. We've got sine over cos. Sine over cos, the answer will be tan. The answer will be times tan x. And the answer at last here would be negative tan square x. The answer will be negative tan square x. That's it. I hope you understand. I hope you understand. I hope we together you understand what went down here. Okay, let's go and do this one. 5.3.1. 5.3.1. Allow me to erase this one. 5.3.1, we need to prove the identity. We need to prove the identity. Okay, let's see. We're going to prove the identity. So proving the identity, let's choose. I choose to prove left hand side. Okay, I choose to prove left hand side since I will never do anything with the right hand side. So I choose to prove only my left hand side. My left hand side, guys, whenever I come across the fraction, I need to remember cross multiplication here. I need to remember cross multiplication. And what am I going to do? Let's see. We're going to have cos square x plus 1 plus sine x square, because I also cross multiply there. But let me not forget that, okay, as for the denominator, I'm going to have cos x, which is this one, multiplied by excuse me, sorry, I'm going to have cos x plus 1 into sine x. Okay, if you have that, now what you're going to do, you'll have to simplify the numerator. Simplify the numerator. You're going to have your cos square x plus 1 plus 2 sine x plus sine square. The denominator the way it is, plus sine x. Alright, let's see what we're having now. Guys, if you can see the 2, cos square x plus sine square x will be 1. So that 1 plus this 1 will be 2. Will be 2. So as of the denominator we're going to have 2 plus sine x cos x into 1 plus sine x. Okay, then from there, let me not forget the 2 here. Then from there, we'll have to factor out the 2 on the numerator. Right hand side, left hand side equals to right hand side. Okay, this is what we can write at the end. I hope you understand. That's for 5 marks, guys. That's for 5 marks here. That's for 5 marks. Right. Now we're going to move on to 5.3.2. 5.3.2. 5.3.2, they say for which value the identity given above be undefined. Be undefined. So remember, here we can talk about undefined if the denominator here could be 0, or if the denominator here could be 0. So in this case, cos, our right hand side we've got cos, so we can go and use cos. So using cos, guys, I know some will go via a calculation. I can do 2 ways. Firstly, let me use graph. Then later on, I'll show you how you can get them using your calculations. How you can get the values of x using the graph or using calculations. So using the graph, let's go back to grade 10. Think of your basic graph of cos. The basic graph of cos, this is what you're going to have. This is the basic graph of cos. You're going to have something like this. So where are we having y as 0? We're having y as 0 just here. We're having y as 0 just there. So here, this is where this is where you've got 270. So the values of x without the waste of time here, as of that one of 5.3.2, the 270. That's for 2 marks without the waste of time. That's for 2 marks without the waste of time, of course. Okay, now let's move. Let's go and do this one. There's a think of first quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Then as for first quadrant, that should be an angle which is should be 90 or less. So 90 or less, it means we take the reference angle the way it is, we write it as our first answer. We write it as our first answer. Then as for quadrant number 4, we'll say this is where you have 360. 360 minus the reference angle. Let me repeat that. 360. Don't forget, if you have anything to ask, you can ask. You can go for this live chat. You ask anything that you want. For now, let's move on to 5 point. So let me write just here. You have sine of 2x equals to 4. So what we can notice here is that we've got this very same angle, the very same angle to both sides. To both sides, we've got the very same angle, which is what? Which is 2x. And remember that sine and cos, these are co-functions. Excuse me, guys. I've got some flu a bit, but I'll be okay, hopefully soon. So, what we can do firstly here, x equals to 4. Tan of 2x, to say second function tan. Fourth and third quadrant. So the first quadrant, that's the one that we're going to use, because remember, for tan, the angle will never be greater than one quadrant number 1. So let's write that will be 2x equals to 70 plus 180 k element of integer. K element of integer. Then we'll have to divide k plus 90k. So this is the solution, and that's for 5 marks. That's for 5 marks, guys. That's for 5 marks. All right, let's move on to this 5.5. I think this will be the last 3 questions we're going to do, then we're done for today. All right, we move on to this last batch of questions. Okay, they say in the diagram below, P is given as x and square root 3. That's the coordinates of P there. That's what we're given so far. Which is the point on the what? On the Cartesian plane, such that OP equals to 2 units. OP equals to 2 units. Q is given by A and B. This one, Q, is the point such that T angle OQ, which is this one, it's what? It's alpha. And we've got the length of we've got the length of this one, which is the length of OQ, which is 20. Also given that P angle OQ is 90 degrees. So Pythagoras will go like R square equals to X square plus Y squared. So R, which is 4, 2 square, which is 4, equals to X square plus Y, which is square root 3 square. That's where X will be 1, just here. Okay, whilst this side will be square root 3. And we also given what 2 there, meaning that one should think of a special angle. One should think of special angle in this case. Okay, if you remember your special angles from grade 10, you won't have a problem. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. They say hence we need to calculate the alpha. We need to calculate alpha. So calculating alpha, I do not need to do a lot because I remember my special angle. So let me draw this nicely. Let me draw this nicely. Just this. Okay, let me copy, have it where? Just here. I'll show you something now. You can remember this, okay? Okay, let's remember that here we had 1, and 2, meaning that here you can think of or remember that, oh, this is a special angle, you need to. So you can also have your 60 here. So if that's the case, meaning that here this will be 60 and you're going to have your 30 there. So if you have that situation, remember that this, it's given by 90. So of that 60, if you say 90 minus 60, that's whereby you'll be getting your alpha. That's whereby you'll be getting your alpha. So there's no need to waste time there. But because of 3 marks, I need to write something. For 3 marks, I need to write something. Surely I need to. So this is what I will do. I've got my adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse, meaning that adjacent over hypotenuse, I need to use cos. Cos of P angle O, P angle OT. That will be adjacent, which is 1, over hypotenuse, which is 2. So from there, this is P angle QT. That will be cos of half, which definitely this will be 60. And if you have 60, you will say that alpha plus 60, the answer plus 60, the answer must be 90. This simply means that, okay, your alpha will be 30. So alpha is 30, ladies and gents. Alpha is 30. Okay, alpha is 30. Nice one. Okay, alpha is 30. And the last one, we need to find Q. So to find Q, let's use this. To find Q, let's remember that we've got the hypotenuse. we've got the opposite and also the adjacent. Since here we can have our 90 degrees here. So this is the same as having your y, which is b, your x as a. So this is what you need. Remember here we said it's 30. So to find a, we're going to use adjacent over hypotenuse, add 80 there. So this without the use of calculator, wait just a moment, this will be a equals to 20 cos of normal cos, but cos 30 is square root 3 over 2, and the answer at last, a equals to 10 square root. Okay, and then you can say, okay, you're standing here, this is your opposite over hypotenuse, so you can use sine 30, which is opposite over hypotenuse. This will be b equals to 20 sine of 30. This will be b equals to 20 sine of. Going to leave you and say please share the video as well. I'm going to leave it here. So that you watch at any given time, or you'll revise with it. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. For now, I'm going to leave you. Say thank you for watching. Until we meet again next time, guys. Bye.